It's 4luvofboxing at the top of the world on a special episode day. What you got? What you got? It's my man, Mr. LP's in the house. Hey, what's up, dog?
Boxing fan, what it is, what it do? It's your boy Rob, Mr. LP, representing that 4luvofboxing like I always do. However, at this particular point, I'm representing one of the freaking key sponsors regarding what we do. This is Hustle and Ambition, baby.
That's for the ambition of hustlers
And of course,
everywhere.
that LP. But nonetheless, it's 4luvofboxing. We going right into it.
We are.
Boxing.
Listen. I said I was gonna touch your heart today. Give me your top 5 European best fighters of all time. I'll start you off with my 5th one. Is undefeated fighter, the Welshman himself, Joe Calzaghe. That's why I got that 5th, man. But my list is gonna be a serious list. So let's get right to it. That's why I got that 5th, bro.
Damn.
That's a tough one, but it's dear to your heart. I know how it is. Hey, listen, and if more than a couple of Ukrainians are on your list, you know what the hell's up, bro. Yeah. Which they should be, though. That's the only thing,
Oh,
man.
my goodness. You got to give me a second. I got to dissect this top 5 right here real quick in my head.
See, that's how you win in banter, baby. You throw it right at them without them being prepared. And Guapo Damas owns people like that. Yes. Welshman, Joe Calzaghe. Listen, in my time, the reason why I went Calzaghe, man, Calzaghe literally put it on everybody who came within that division during his time. Some people will say his fight with Roy was a little bit too much past time for it to have happened. Some people will say that he put it on Roy, man. So he fought everybody, bro, of his time. It wasn't the greatest fucking resume of the fighters of his time. That's no fault of his own, though.
Believe it or not, he's on my list too, but
his greatness was real, bro.
He's a little higher. But I'm gonna start off. I'm gonna start off.
Somebody's getting left off.
I'm gonna start off on the heavyweight tip. I'm gonna go with this is a double answer here. The K2 brothers, both of them.
He's going with him as brother.
Vladimir Klitschko. They both deserve the top 5 spot because for 10 plus years they both absolutely dominated the sport of boxing. Everyone knows that the heavyweight champion is him, baddest man on the planet. And these guys vouched to their mother when they were freaking younger, in their amateur rankings. They promised to their mother, no matter what happened, that they would never face each other. And unfortunately, because of that promise, we as fight fans were stuck with the two-headed monsters.
So at 5th, you got Klitschko's, huh?
The
All right.
K2 brothers.
Hell yeah, man. The Klitschko's was awesome, bro. I can't see nothing wrong with that pick. Klitschko's was amazing, bro. Two skyscrapers that knew how to throw some real heat with their punches too, man. Ivan Drago was incarnated.
Yeah.
Number 4 on my list. Guapo Damas at number 4 has a Ukrainian under himself. Lomachenko is at number 4 for me. Vasyl Lomachenko did his deal, reigned supreme at number 1, was fighting world champions at his 2nd fight in. I mean, like, he was doing stuff that had never been done. His skill set was next level. It was very entertaining to go along with it. Lomachenko for me at 4. Who you got?
My guy, same.
You're going with Lomachenko also
I
at
have
4.
Lomachenko at number 4, and everything you just said and then some. It was a thing of beauty to see this man do his work. And it was a little heartbreaking that he finally called it a career. I do feel that he had maybe a couple more solid ones in him. But I get it, though. He's a 2-time Olympic gold medalist. He's got a lot of wear and tear on those tires, man. And skill-wise.
Well, you stand with Loma, huh?
Not many do it better, man. What an absolute excellent freaking fighter. What a legend, bro.
Yeah, man. At number 3, for Guapo Damas is the current undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. Yeah, I know he doesn't have that last title, but he's got that last title.
Usyk?
Undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, Usyk, at number 3 for me.
Yeah. Interesting. I'm curious to see where you're going with your freaking list.
My picks is always was dear to my heart, bro. What I saw as I was watching boxing. That's where I go with it.
Well, Usyk is definitely on my list, dog. But he's
got him higher.
But he is not at that mark. For me, I gotta go with the freaking Welshman, Joe Calzaghe.
That's where he had Calzaghe.
I had Calzaghe ranked higher. And yes, I hear a lot of haters, everybody talking about he should have went to the United States to prove his greatness, and I call absolute bullshit. Boxing is a global sport. if you're a superstar or where you're at, who fucking cares where you're actually fighting? Same goes for the Monster Anyway, where he backs arenas in his home country in Japan. And for some reason, a lot of moron fans feel the need that he has to come to the United States. And that's not true. Why the fuck doesn't the United States fighters go travel around like Muhammad Ali did?
Yeah.
I call bullshit on that. If you're that great, you travel. Real talk. And in this case right here, Calzaghe at the tail end of his career, because Roy Jones didn't want that smoke during his fucking prime. And not just for Calzaghe, Roy Jones didn't want to fight nobody in the Eastern Bloc.
Here we go. Dissing on Roy.
But when it took place...
You're lucky that Roy's not European. That's all I'm going to say. He'd be second in the list.
At the end of the day, the two big names in America, Bernard Hopkins and Roy Jones, Joe Calzaghe took him on at the end of his career and beat him. It's funny because everybody says it's not fair because you took on older men and then you just disappeared. Ironically, both motherfuckers fought on for years afterwards. Roy Jones not much with the success rate. He got knocked out left and right. But Bernard Hopkins went on to become one of the absolute greatest fighters that ever freaking lived.
And one of the oldest to ever have the world title, too. Man.
Greatest fighters. All-time great. He's definitely top 20.
So you went Welsh then for your third pick.
But yeah,
here we go,
Calzaghe,
man. We're in the top two now. For me, the difference between 1 and 2 was razor thin in my book. And I will share with you at the end why I decided to go with who I went with at 2 and 1 and what the difference was for me. Number 2 for me was the man who reigned supreme over the heavyweight division at the tail end of the 90s and through most of the 2000s before them Klitschko's decided to take them belts, right? The man who was reigning supreme straight out of England, Lennox Lewis. That's who I have at 2. Who you got at 2, my man?
Hold on. You said Eastern Bloc.
Never said anything about Eastern Bloc. You already named a Welshman who was a British man in there.
Oh my goodness.
Aha! I had said that. I probably thought you were leaving somebody off of your list.
Oh my goodness.
Interesting to see where his list goes now.
All right. At number
the pivot.
Yeah, it's the pivot at the number 1 spot. And I'm going to explain myself in regards to that. But at number 2, y'all, I got to go with the greatest of this era at middleweight. Whom I feel was the most avoided, dangerous, toughest, excellent fighter. And somebody that he faced 3 times waited until he got old. I'm going with Triple E, Gennady Gennadievich Golovkin. What an absolute beast.
Yep. Golovkin was next level. He was the original monster when it came to the nickname Monster coming up in there, man. For me, I have at number 1, Triple G. That's who my number 1 is. It was razor thin when I was making my decision. The reason why I went Triple G 1 and Lennox Lewis at 2, they were both equally as dominant in a division that had some really spirited fighters, all equally avoided. None of those spirited fighters wanted anything to do with either one of those cats.
They both faced everybody.
They both faced everybody. The difference to me was twice Lennox. You know what I mean? Like that does it. Nobody ever dropped Triple G.
Enough.
So that's the razor thin difference for me. Was just that.
So
Who you got at 1, bro?
I had to shift. I'm gonna give an honorary mention before I say my pick. Right now, the baddest man on the planet is Alexander Usyk. However, he was finna be my number 1. But I misheard the freaking...
He didn't mishear it. He had the Welshman in there.
So listen. You brought it up too. I guess I got sidetracked. I know what. At the end of it, shout out to Usyk. He still has about 3-4 years to prove his legacy. And trust me, at the end of it, he's still going to be up there as one of the all-time greatest fighters ever. Because he's already a 2-division, undisputed freaking champion. One of the greatest fighters ever. But he still has a story to tell. But for me, number 1, and shame on me, I got to go with none other than the greatest heavyweight, in my opinion, that ever did it. Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis, yes, He got knocked out twice, and I stand by what I say to this day. He didn't lose those fights. He allowed himself to lose because he got sloppy and careless. Those two guys couldn't even hold his jock strap.
It's the heavyweight division. Everybody gets caught, bro.
Every dog has their day, and it happened. And I remember the fight when he took on Mike Tyson, and Emmanuel Stewart.
I don't remember that fight for some reason.
Emmanuel Stewart was all like, I never heard him so animated. What the fuck are you doing? You trying to play with your food? Get this motherfucker out of here! Why are we still having him? Get him out of here! And Lewis went in there and got his ass out of there. And I know Emmanuel Stewart was terrified. He's like, you glass jaw motherfucker. I know you're skilled. And that's the whole point. The man was so skilled, big. He was able to keep a distance. But he was very tender on the jaw. He got rocked plenty of times. And not just by the two knockouts. He got rocked by Evander Holyfield. He got rocked by Razor Ruddock. He got rocked by Ray Mercer. I mean, even with Tommy the Duke Morrison freaking rocked him a bit. But he always prevailed and freaking pulled out the victory. However, he did get those 2 KO defeats. He's the only man, even when in defeat, that was able to recover and beat everyone he's ever faced undefeated. There's undefeated heavyweights.
I don't think the first one counts. Come on, bro. McCall showed up and was like, oh, I need to be in a mental fucking hospital. I'm gonna start crying in the fucking ring.
Yeah,
it wasn't a real. Yeah, come on, bro. That wasn't a real fight.
You know why?
That second fight wasn't a real fight.
He was scared out of his mind, bro. He knew it was about to come, bro.
Well, for whatever reason.
Hey, if I was Lennox Lewis, I would be going home thinking, what a crock of shit. I couldn't sleep that motherfucker. What a bullshit ass move. I would have been pissed, dead ass. I'm like, motherfucker, you
remember that Oliver McCall style?
He did.
Eyes, and he said, deep round. Landed.
But that rematch,
fuck, bro.
But with that rematch knockout with Hasim Rockman, man.
Well, that's what I mean, though. Look, Hasim Rockman knew that was coming. He knew that was coming, too. He just took it like a man. He didn't have a mental breakdown.
And Lennox Lewis came in with freaking James Brown, the payback, revenge. I'm mad. Oh, one of the most epic moments of my freaking younger years. I wasn't a kid, but my younger years. And what a freaking knockout. What an absolute legend. And
Lennox was special, bro.
I would love to circle back with this question here in about 5, maybe even 4 years. Because in all honesty, Usyk will be placed in that top 5 for sure somewhere.
He's already there for me, but he's only staying there if he keeps doing what he's doing. His accomplishments are great, but we still have a little bit more to go with Usyk. I still think he's even writing history more. He may be number 1 on that list for me by the time he's done. So
and right now, he is the baddest man on the planet. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
But Lennox Lewis.
Honorable mention for me, though, Crusher Kovalev, man. You kept me loving boxing at one point, bro. He was Triple G before Triple G was Triple G. So he was the guy who was scaring people. He killed the dude, man. So we're talking about a dude who was crazy good, man. I thought
were trained in Big Bear, too, dog.
Yeah, man. I thought he won the fight against Andre Ward, bro. So I didn't. That first fight, it was bogus, bro. To me,
and the
Kovalev won.
Bullshit, too, because of the low blows.
Hey,
they were really babying respect to Andre, and he's a hell of a fighter. But in all honesty, he was in over here versus Kovalev, and he definitely needed some assistance.
Well, that first one, there was a lot of assistance, bro. A lot of judging, assisting going on in that fucking fight. But it is what it is.
And the only fighter that I wish that he would have took that I was looking forward to was Superman Adonis Stevenson. But Adonis Stevenson was scared out of his fucking mind, shaking in his fucking boots, and did not want that smoke. And my goodness, if only. Because there was nothing more I would have loved to have seen than Adonis Stevenson get his ass slapped. No offense to you, I don't know you personally. You didn't do nothing wrong to me. And I heard you was even a pimp and all that. I'm not even concerned about that. But you did my homeboy Jesus. You did my boy Jesus Ernie Gonzalez wrong. And I'll never fucking respect you for that. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, he's not living too well right now anyway as it is, bro. But yeah.
Adonis?
Yeah, there we are, though, on a special holiday edition of 4Love of Boxing. You got it, your top 5 European best fighters of all time. It's your boy, Guapodamas. We at the top of the world. As we signing off, Mr. LP. We'll see you on the next episode, bro.
4Love of Boxing.
Yup, yup.